Hello, everybody. Tonight I was doing a talk at a local gardening club, which was great actually, and they had got excited when I had showed them my booklet called Message from a Bee and all the information in it about wildflowers, particularly the medicinal purposes of those plants. And it gave me an opportunity to be able to talk about the importance of the bee and its job to humanity, which is to pollinate, fertilize seeds so that plants can grow, not just wildflowers. And they loved it. And I just felt, okay, that's something that I can do to contribute to making the world a better place by inspiring people to do important things if they have a garden. And if they don't have a garden, plant wild seeds, wildflowers, and support the bees and do anything they can to do that, of which there's quite a lot of things people can do to prevent the demolition, yes, that's a good word of it, of pollination, which after all will eventually, and is happening, is causing starvation in some places in the world because of the lack of ability of plants to be able to grow because they can't make seeds. And this really has to be addressed. So I continue to promote my booklet about the 12 flowers that are in it and their medicinal purposes. But also to encourage more exhibitions of my paintings. And, they all have the message from a bee. This is one of my earlier ones. And I continue to do these. This project is ongoing, and obviously as the public seem to want to know about it, because I get meetings booked with people and they want me to do talks. So I think the reason for that is because of the urgency of the need to explain that we do need to look after the earth and all the birds and the bees and the animals, including us, in it. And this is a way to do it, to become informed and knowledgeable. So the booklet is actually available for sale at selected places. And of course, so are my paintings, but I would be trying to plug them, wouldn't I? But that's not the reason for it. So that project is ongoing, and the little documentary continues. It is, a sort of moving feast in terms of the fact that when I do something or I paint another picture, I am adding to the information for a bigger booklet on wildflowers, and also to complete the documentary, which continues to be in post-production at the moment. And that's because I do it in between all the other things, and I need more things to be brought to bear to that. And I may actually try another attempt sometime this year of a crowdfunder for that at some point when I'm less busy. But I continue to do talks on the wildflowers and promote that whole issue of there being a need that bees need to be looked after than the wildflowers, because they are one of the foods of bees, as well as other plants, that we need to preserve them, and we need to preserve butterflies and other insects who help us to create our food and therefore keep the survival of humanity going. So that's my little pep talk. You probably noticed that I had my hair dyed today, and it seems to have been quite successful, which has gone back to my sort of auburn brown, which would be more natural to me, and less away from the light brown, which I didn't think was working. And now I don't have grey hair, so I'm sort of moving into spring mode and trying to get some work done and some projects shifted. So that's got to be the good news. And I thoroughly enjoy, um, getting things up and running. And obviously, the paintings keep going. And somehow or other, that side of life is a lot easier in that people just ask me to do things like talks and exhibitions. So I've got more potential exhibitions of the wildflowers this year, and just because people want them. So if somebody asks, I'll provide it. If you would like a talk from me about wildflowers and their importance, or if you would like an exhibition of my paintings, please do get in touch. My email for that is marymore at yahoo.com, because I try to keep my painting things separate from all the other things that I try to do. So that is Mary Moore, that's MHOR, at yahoo.com. And there you go. So that just carries on with its own impetus. And I'm quite happy that it does have its own momentum, which seems to be separate from all the other stuff that I'm trying to promote. May that continue. Hope everybody's well, and I hope you like the new hair. I like it because I just think it's more kind of get up and go and active, and it's back more to my natural colour. And in fact, it's actually a lot darker in real life than the way that this camera is somehow or other presenting it. But there you go. My new hair look, which I think is better than the grey. So the grey is gone, and I'm back to wearing my power suits with my wildflowers. There you go. Peace and love, everybody. Bye for now.